right, so get ready, everybody, because we are diving back into the magical world of Harry Potter. But today, we're doing something a little different.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys, our amazing listeners, have sent in a ton of Harry Potter quotes. We're going to really take a deep dive into them. We're going to explore what these words that Harry says, what do they really reveal about him?
I like that. You know, usually when we talk about Harry Potter, we think about all the things he does, all his, battles and choices.
Right.
But his words can really give us a much better look into, like, his thoughts, feelings, like we're getting a peek inside his head, basically.
Exactly. So where do we even begin with all these quotes?
Well, I was looking through these quotes, and it's amazing, like, how many different emotions Harry shows. I mean, you see everything, from like, his sarcasm and humor to, like, when he's totally, like, despairing,
And we all know Harry can be sarcastic, especially with the Dursleys.
Oh, for sure.
But there's also, like, this sadness you can hear in some of his quotes. Like, he's always wanting something more.
Oh, yeah. That's so true. Like that quote from Sorcerer's Stone when Harry first learns about Hogwarts.
Okay, yeah.
He says to Draco Malfoy, "I think I can tell who the wrong sort are for myself, thanks."
Right.
It sounds like he's just being defiant.
Yeah.
But to me, it sounds like he's also kind of tired, you know? Like, tired of everyone treating him like he doesn't belong.
Yeah, I see that. Like, after years with the Dursleys, he doesn't trust people who judge others so quickly.
Right, exactly. And as Harry grows up, he just keeps getting better at figuring out who to trust. Like in Order of the Phoenix, he says, people find it far easier to forgive others for being wrong than being right. It's kind of cynical, but it shows how Harry's figuring out that people are complicated.
Yeah, he's realizing the world isn't so simple. It's not just good guys and bad guys like he thought when he was younger.
Right. And it gets even more, complex in Deathly Hallows.
Right.
When he says, we've all got both light and dark inside us.
Oh, yeah.
What matters is the part we choose to act on. Like, that's who we really are.
Whoa.
That quote, I think, that's Harry in a nutshell. It's about, like, good and evil inside all of us.
That's powerful. It reminds me that we all have to choose what kind of person we want to be.
Yeah.
Good or bad,
And Harry, even though he messes up sometimes, he always tries to fight for what's right.
Yes. And that leads to another thing we see in a lot of these quotes, how important love and friendship are to Harry. Like, over and over, his words show just how much these relationships mean to him.
Oh, absolutely. Like in Goblet of Fire, when he says, there's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid.
Yeah.
It's simple, but you can really hear how much Hagrid means to Harry.
It shows how much he cares about Hagrid and how important Hagrid is to him.
Yep.
And it's not just Hagrid. Harry's quotes about Ron and Hermione really show how much they all mean to each other.
Like in Order of the Phoenix, when he says, I don't go looking for trouble. Trouble usually finds me.
Yeah.
On the surface, it sounds funny.
Right.
But to me, it also shows how responsible he feels for his friends.
Like, he knows they're in this together.
Yeah.
And he has to protect them no matter what.
Totally. He knows that what he does affects them too, and that's a big reason he fights Voldemort so hard.
Right.
Speaking of Voldemort, have you noticed how Harry sounds different when he talks about it?
Oh, yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, he's not joking around anymore.
Yeah.
He's serious, angry, like, it's personal.
Yeah, it's like a switch flips.
Yeah.
He's determined to take Voldemort down no matter what.
Exactly. Like in Order of the Phoenix, when he says to Voldemort, you're the weak one.
Oh, yeah, powerful.
And you'll never know love or friendship, and I feel sorry for you.
Wow.
That shows the biggest difference between them. Voldemort wants power, but Harry, he has love.
Like, Harry knows that not having love is Voldemort's biggest weakness.
Exactly.
And it's not just about strength or weakness. It's about choosing to be a good person, someone who cares about others.
Right, someone who chooses love over fear.
I think we should dig into some of those more complex quotes next time.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what else we can uncover about Harry. Okay, so last time we were talking about all these different sides of Harry.
Yep.
Like how he can be funny and brave,
Yeah.
but also how much he cares about his friends.
Yeah.
So this time, let's look at those times when Harry's really struggling.
Okay.
Like those moments when you see how much all this stuff has affected him.
You mean like emotionally?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, it's easy to see Harry as this hero, right?
Yeah, right.
But when he's doubting himself or when he's really angry or sad,
Yeah.
that's when he feels the most real to me.
I get that.
One quote that really gets me is from Order of the Phoenix. After Sirius, after Sirius dies, Harry, he's so angry, and he uses the Cruciatus curse on Bellatrix Lestrange.
Right.
And later he's talking about it, and he says, I see myself holding Bellatrix Lestrange's wand above her head.
Yeah.
And I hear her screaming.
Yeah.
You see, I can't shut them out anymore, the screams.
Right.
I've been hearing them for months.
Man, that's a heavy quote.
It's like all this stuff that's happened to him. It's left these scars.
Yeah, not just physical scars, but
Like
like,
it.
emotional ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shows that even heroes, they go through trauma. And dealing with it, it's really hard.
Yeah, and in that same book, he says something else that really sticks with me.
Okay.
He says, I must not tell lies.
Oh, yeah, with Umbridge.
Yeah, after she makes him, carve those words into his hand.
Yeah, that was messed up.
It seems like a simple thing to say,
Yeah.
but it shows how much Harry believes in truth and justice.
It's interesting because it's like those two sides of him. Uh-huh.
Where he can do some pretty dark stuff.
Right.
But he also has this strong sense of right and wrong.
Yeah, and he never gives up on that.
Exactly. He's not perfect, but he always tries to do what's right, even when it's tough.
I think that's why so many people connect with Harry.
Yeah.
Because he shows us that it's okay to mess up
Yeah.
as long as you keep trying to be a good person.
Yeah, that's so true. Like, he's not some perfect superhero. He's just like us,
Right.
He's trying to figure things out.
Yeah. There's another quote from Deathly Hallows that I think about a lot.
Okay.
Harry says, I never wanted any of you to die for me.
Oh man, yeah.
It's so sad because you can really hear how much he cares about everyone.
And it shows how much pressure he feels.
Yeah.
Like, he knows that people are willing to die for him, and that's a lot to carry around.
And he doesn't want that, No, he doesn't want to be the reason anyone gets hurt. And that's part of what makes him a true hero.
Mm-hmm.
He's not doing this for himself.
Yeah.
He's doing it for everyone else.
And it leads to one of the most powerful moments in the whole series.
Yeah.
When Harry asks, does it hurt to die?
Oh, wow. Yeah, in Deathly Hallows.
Yeah.
Just before he goes to face Voldemort.
Yeah. It's such a simple question.
Right.
But it shows how human Harry is.
Right. Even though he knows he might die, he's still afraid.
Yeah.
But he still does it.
Yeah.
He faces his fear and does what needs to be done. That's real courage.
Yeah. It's amazing to me how even a simple question like, does it hurt to die?
Mm-hmm.
Can tell us so much about Harry.
Right.
Like, he's about to face, maybe death,
Mm-hmm.
and he's still thinking about if it'll hurt.
Yeah. He's always thinking about other people.
That's so true. And that's one of the biggest differences between Harry and Voldemort.
Right.
Voldemort only cares about power, but Harry, he just wants to connect with people, understand them, help them.
Exactly. Harry's always willing to see things from other people's point of view, even people who haven't been nice to him.
It's like he understands everyone is fighting their own battles.
Mm.
Like, even the people who make bad choices still deserve some compassion,
Yeah. Remember that scene in Order of the Phoenix when Harry learns about Snape? About his childhood,
Yeah.
how he was bullied by James and Sirius?
Oh, yeah. That scene made me think about Snape in a whole new way.
Right. And even though Snape was mean to Harry,
Yeah.
Harry still felt bad for him. Like, he understood that Snape was hurting.
Right.
It reminds me of that Dumbledore quote from Half-Blood Prince.
Oh, yeah.
He says, it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And Harry, he really lives by that, He doesn't
Mhm.
judge people for their past or their family. He sees the good in everyone.
That's such an important message.
Right.
Especially, in a world where people are so quick to judge each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Harry reminds us that everyone deserves a chance.
Yeah.
Everyone can change,
Right.
you know?
It makes me think of that line from Chamber of Secrets when Harry says, I'll be in my bedroom, making no noise and pretending I don't exist.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It's so sad when you think about it.
Right.
Like, here's this kid who just wants to disappear.
But it also shows how strong he is.
Right.
That even though he's going through all this stuff,
Yeah.
he never gives up.
Right. So, wow, we've talked about a lot of Harry's words today.
Yeah, we have.
And it's amazing to me how much they show us about him.
Yeah.
His humor, his sadness, his anger, his kindness.
Yeah.
Like, it's like these quotes give us this little window into his heart.
I think it just shows how even made-up characters can teach us things about life, about love and loss
and how to be good people even when things are really tough.
That's a great way to put it. We've all learned so much from Harry, and I hope everyone listening has too. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. And remember, the magic, it's still out there as long as we keep looking for it.